Oh, that's quite a lot. Know the kind of colors you wear, know how to carry yourself, because we need to survive regardless of the weather. Now, talking about the heat, what's coming up next might bring heat to the studio. I'm talking about the biggest trend on X. Here with us is the X girl herself. I simply love to call her Patience Patasha. That's what I love to call her every other time. Right here with us is Patience. Good morning and welcome to the biggest trend on X.
Thank you very much.
I
Good
hope I
morning.
don't face the heat wave.
Good morning, Peppy. How are you
Good
doing?
morning. I'm good.
You look good,
Yeah,
Francis.
thank you very much.
Peppy, you as well.
Thank
How was your weekend? Hope you spent your Valentine very well last week because you look good today.
Actually, I slept throughout Valentine's Day, but then I got a gift, actually.
Oh, that's interesting. Can see why you're glowing.
So gifts make us glow. All right.
Yeah, you
Taking
feel
notes.
happy. Okay, so today we have major and minor trends. We'll be starting off with the minor trends. And the first on the minor trend is hashtag Edwin Clark. Edwin Clark is a hero. He passed away, an Ijaw leader and a politician who worked with the administration of the military governor, Samuel Okwemudia, and head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, between 1966 and 1975. May his soul rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
Francis, what do you have to say about this man?
Well, a great man he is, a great man he will always be. He lives on because he's a nationalist. He's someone who has really spoken strongly, and his voice has never ever withered, despite everything. He's spoken so strongly. He's a Deltan, spoken so strongly about ills going on in Delta State, going on in the country, and he has always fought for the interests of the people. He's a nationalist. He was one time Minister of Information. I think that was in the 70s. He has just shown his worth in different ways. But what touched me about this man, basically, from what I heard, is his dying words. His dying words were very strong. He says, "Let us not give up on Nigeria. Let's keep hoping for Nigeria." Those were his last words. Do we find people like this with that kind of virtue in this time? Or do we find politicians who, when they get to power, it's either they're fighting for money or for ego, or just fighting to be right all the time? I knew sometimes he sounded like a broken record. His voice never stopped. He kept on talking. He kept on talking, being concerned about Nigeria, not because they want to make any kind of gain, but because they love this country. And if he has exemplified it, it was during his death, his final words: "Nigeria can still work. We shouldn't give up on Nigeria." I take him for his words, and I say may he so rest in peace.
Amen. Thank you. Peppy, do you have anything to say to him?
I like the fact that he has hope concerning this country,
Yeah.
notwithstanding what we are passing through. So it says we shouldn't give up on Nigeria. I just pray that truly we don't give up on this country.
Okay, so one tweet said Nigeria lost two great elder statesmen and patriots in the month of February in the persons of Ijaw and Pandef leader Chief Edwin Kiabodo Clark, died at the age of 97, and Afenifere leader Pa Ayo Adigbanjo died at 96 years. May their soul rest in perfect peace.
Yes, yes. Also to add, the Delta State government has been making its own moves. Remember that the deputy governor represented the governor when he saw the son of E.K. Clark, Bikeme Clark, and he told him strongly that Delta State will be involved in all the burial rights, even as we mourn.
That deport. USA set to deport 85 Nigerians back to Nigeria. I would say this has been happening, and then since President Trump came in, it has been, I've been hearing it like over time that Nigerians are coming back to their country. So I'll read tweets before I hear your opinions. I'll be going with you first, Becky.
Okay.
So someone said it will be more painful, especially to those that sacrifice all their belongings back at home just to travel out for greener pasture and haven't stayed for long to earn enough. And then one Biomed Jesse said Abado and Ewedu are enough for everyone, so they should come back home. Peppy.
Let me start by saying that if things were the way we expected it to be in this country,
Yeah.
I'm not sure that a lot of people would be inspired to leave the country in the first place for greener pastures. Because one bad thing that this Japa syndrome has done is it has low-key separated us from our loved ones.
Yeah.
you find out that probably someone's sibling traveled out of the country for greener pastures, and there are important events at home like marriage, wedding ceremony, even burials, and that person that's staying over there calculates the cost of boarding a flight, coming back home. Of course, when you come back, you've got to be financially involved in one or two things. He calculates everything, and is like, converted to Nigerian currency, everything is spanning over 5 million. Why can't I just stay over there and send to my people these 5 million back with goodies mixed with for other people in the family to also come over? But it's the opposite that is happening. So this is really, really heartbreaking. And first of all, and number two, my mind is going to, why are they being deported? That's the second reason now. If we can arrest the root causes to why these people are being deported, probably future deportees or the future deportation can be averted. Do you get?
Most time it's usually criminal cases.
I don't think these are criminal cases. Criminal cases like in documents or documentation.
Yeah, sometimes in documents.
So I just pray that the root causes are arrested so that it can prevent future anomalies like this, because this is quite heartbreaking.
Thank you very much.
You know, she said this very strongly. It's quite heartbreaking, and I really feel the pain. So see Hollywood movies.
Yeah.
I see them, those ones that superhero soldiers go to. That's the ones that bundle them. Now Trump trying to send a message. Let's not forget that Joe Biden had, before this time, had many of these people kept somewhere waiting to deport them, but he was doing it in a very diplomatic manner.
Yeah.
Now, our Donald Trump, and I say our Donald Trump because Nigerians have been hailing this man so much because he has stood against homosexuality, transgenderism. You've said he's a great man. He's a man that God has sent. Now, this man that God has sent is sending Nigerians back to their country, whether God has sent them there or not. And these are people who have been praying to this same God. So first, Nigerians should take away sentiments when handling these things. I've always had a problem with people who cover up issues with moralities. When I heard about the Anambra State government, I'm even swaying and saying that if you do not wear bra, although they have denied that report. All these things are moralities that leaders used to cover up for their inefficiencies and sometimes extremism. Donald Trump has sent Nigerians away. He's sending more people away in that hot plane. And they are coming back home in a way that is not good. 201 of them. So 85 minus 201 minus 85. I didn't do maths very well, so I wouldn't embarrass myself. They are going to come back home even more. But Bianca said things to Mr. Mills about the dignity, about how you bring them back home. And also, do they have criminal records? Most of them, the issue is that their documentation is not apt. So it's not just about criminalities.
So right now, like, what's the way forward since this is happening?
First of all, we are getting there. I'm sorry, I'm taking your time. Most of them, the issue is documentation. So they do not have that. One Abdul in blacks, dragging up, in blacks, dragging up. If you are not careful, and there is a lot of work, for the Nigerian government to do when they return. When these 85 will return, although the beautiful Bianca Ojukwu spoke to Mr. Mills very well. Oh, they are coming back. Are you going to? Oh, they are coming back. Are you going to treat them? Dignify them. Charity begins at home. It is the name you call your child that people will call your child. So when they come back home, how do you receive them? Do you receive them in open arms, making them know, prioritize them, that you are safe in Nigeria? Do we begin to give them jobs? Where does Advocate Jabiri come into play? She's also involved in Nigerians and diaspora. She should come into play.
Because they're starting all over.
Give them a life. Make them have a starter.
Yeah.
It's not the American government that will give you money. USAID is stopping. It's coming to an end. So much needs to be done. There are many things going through my mind, but I'll just pause for now and say that Nigeria should dignify its own people when they return home. Give them ways to start, and also we should make Nigeria good. That was the point I was going to drive at. Because when Nigeria go abroad to go to the US, go abroad to go to the US in the first place, and there'll be more jackbuying. Jackbuying is pivotal. It is pivotal. It's essential to the growth and globalization of the world. It's not just about Nigeria. It's not just about those sending people that are poor. We need to go there to help the country. We've been helping them do things they cannot do, build houses they cannot build, clean window screen they cannot clean, clean toilets and care for people they cannot care for. So they should treat us better. Even Donald Trump said it one time that Nigerians are one of the most proficient, efficient people in the country. Let's not talk about school and how we show them that they don't know anything when we travel abroad from Nigeria. Let's not talk about that. But we should be treated better, and we should treat ourselves better first.
Okay, thank you very much. So that's all for the minor trend. We are moving to the major trend. the first major trend we have here is hashtag Oshun State. The governor, Ademola Adeleke, has ordered all Oshun residents, including politicians, to stay away from local government secretariats to protect public properties and prevent further bloodshed. He actually made a public statement and he was directing it to the president, so the president can actually see it and come to our aid and make everybody know that this thing happened in Osun State. So David Joe, being his uncle, came out to make
at this point, these niggas is fuckers, bro. And if you don't go mad for mad, they won't go for mad. We're mad. You're mad. We're mad too. You think you're crazy, Abby? We're crazy, motherfucker. What's up? Pull up. I'm gonna fuck you up. I swear to God on my life, bro. I swear to God. We're madder than you.
Francis.
All right.
So Gistlover said, throw to when Bukola Saraki, okay, sorry. One minute, please. So,
Yeah.
throw to when,
At least they had some restraint
yeah.
after the video had that outburst. You know, funny enough, I think it's a good thing that the video had that outburst. It's also good, you know. People who have good platform for people to hear them should speak out sometimes when things are wrong, when things don't work well for them. 3 or 4 people died. And that is, and I feel bad I'm saying 3 or 4 people because I should know the exact number. Basically because every single life matters. If it's 4, it means we should cry harder. If it's 3, it means we should cry harder. But we cry more according to numbers. However, even 1 soul should lead us to tears. And the sentiment, because it's only when you see chimpanzees fighting for territory that they have to involve themselves in a brawl. In fact, dogs are territorial. The lesser the animal, the more violent they become to claim their territory. So if politicians are violent over claiming their territory, they are chimpanzees, they are lions, they are monkeys, they are apes, whatever kind of animals you want to call them, because violence is not the way of humanity. Instead, human beings dialogue and come to conversation. Have you seen the House of Commons in England when they have issues and how they thrash these things out? See the Iron Lady talk about some of the prime ministers of England and how they handle issues like this. They talk about it. It's who has the power of words and power of points, convinces the people properly about what the agenda is. That is accepted. So we should learn more about doing these conversations verbally. When it comes to the actual war, we have better plans to do this war. Not killing the people who are supposed to be your electorate or children who are supposed to be your electorate. The point about his matter that he raised up is something touchy as well.
Yeah.
People are living in trauma in Nigeria. That is why when you see some Nigerians overreact when they are handling law enforcement agents, I've seen that happen in vehicles. I always have this calm, maybe because I know the right words to say when I'm accosted, when I'm held. But even if I was carrying a gun, which I don't even carry, I think I know how to maintain my calm, knowing full well that there are ways to handle the policemen, ways to talk to them. Sometimes I want to tell them, no, you don't have to talk to me this way. I'll call my lawyer, tell them exactly where I am, take your number, and then let them where I am, tell them what I've done, you know, and they will follow it up from there. We know where we are going to, but please take me to your police station and lock.
He was courageous enough and he had that emotional intelligence to go back and apologize and reconstruct his words. And I think that everybody should take a leaf from that. When you make mistakes, you should have the boldness and maturity to always go back to correct them.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Moving on, we have our next hashtag Yahoo Boy. A 23-year-old Yahoo Boy tried to use his sister's 7-year-old son for money ritual in Ekiti State. When he got to the shrine, the Baba refused to use the boy and called the police instead. It's a very tricky story. You decide to use your 7-year-old, just your nephew, for ritual, and then reaching at the place of the ritual, whatever, the man is saying, "I don't want to use this boy," and then he called the police. That's God intervening, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go with you first, Pepe. What do you have to say about the whole scenario? Okay, first of all, please let us watch a video of the guy being interrogated by some men, and then I'll hear your opinion.
Báàgì ẹ̀dá. Ẹgbẹ́ báàgì ẹ̀.
Kí lorúkọ ẹ? Kò lè fi kọ́ ọ̀run mọ́, kò lè fi kọ́ ẹ sọ́ọ́ sí lọ́rùn.
Kwara níbo ní Kwara? Ayédùn. Ayédùn. Ó ti tọ́dún mélòó tó ti dé Èkìtì bí Adó-Èkìtì?
Ibi náà bí mi sí
Iná bí ẹ sí. Ìyá àti bàbá ẹ̀ kọ́?
wọ́n máa ń lé. Wọ́n máa ń lé
Kí ló wá ṣe bí?
wẹ́n. Mo wá láàárọ̀, mo ṣe ń gbọ́ bọ́jú títì.
Okay. Pepe, you've seen the video.
Yes, so when I read the story yesterday, I didn't know when I blotted this child, oil day your head. Yes, but the issue of the man that had the mind, the courage, the audacity to use his little nephew for rituals tells you the level of moral decadence we are fighting with, even among ourselves as a society.
Yeah.
We cry that the government is bad, we cry that the government is corrupt, but we forget that we also make up the government. We are an integral part of the society.
Yeah.
No matter how bad it gets, what is your motivating factor for using, or for rather looking at someone that maybe for rituals had the mind to call the policemen and they intervened and all of that. So this is a lesson to all of us. Be careful. You never can be too careful, most especially parents that have children. Be careful. Be always vigilant.
Vigilant and very sensitive.
Very sensitive. Who your children has access to, who your children stays with, and your child says, "I'm not comfortable with this person, mommy." Do not object. Do not object. The highest you can do is call your child privately and interrogate your child. But once your child raises a negative eye to saying, "Mommy, daddy, I'm not comfortable with this person," change immediately. Do not say this is a child talking, this is from a child's point of view, because many children have also ended up in danger because their parents did not listen or their parents were not sensitive enough. So this is a lesson to all of us, parents, guardians, wards. Be very, very sensitive and also be very careful.
Thank you very much. Well, the ritual was not meant to actually kill the young boy. Was to make him to be sick forever, which means they'll be spending money over and over.
Tell me, a ritual is a ritual.
Yeah.
Life taking.
I'm not trying to justify. I'm just trying to make you know.
I read it. Life taking, health taking, probably sight taking, ability to walk taking. A ritual.
The destiny
is
of that
ritual.
child.
Yes, the destiny of that child has been truncated with, and I don't want to excuse the fact that he didn't take his life. It's just his health. It is a ritual. Because
at some point had conscience. So why we're saying that parents should be careful with who they trust. You ritualists, be careful who the baba you take the child to. Because who knows the hand that will touch the baba at that point in time. The almighty hand we've been talking about. The almighty might touch that same baba and he'll change his mind, or the Ezewanya and he'll change her mind, and then they'll take you to the police straight up. And that is a big call to states that have these ritualistic tendencies. Maybe just any kind of act of that thing that will take you, they will apprehend you. If they go to your shrine and you have skeletons and the rest of them, so first of all arrest you, and they'll go and do forensics to find out how old that skeleton is. If the skeleton is old enough, maybe you got it from a lab and you're just playing you're scamming people. Well, they might hold you for fraud. Because there's Article 419 of the Constitution that brought fraud to become, illegal in the country. So fraud and also is illegal. So there's 419 in the Nigerian Constitution as well. They'll hold you for fraud. You are defrauding people. So one way or the other, you are going to go down. Either because you are into ritual killing people, or you are into fraud as a fake pastor, as a fake. I said pastor because pastors are also involved.
Yeah.
So states go and make laws that will stop set people, and they got head. That means due to the $4 billion minus divided by 1 million, then you begin to see how many people. In fact, they are walking on the streets around Dagote, they will just kill you because you can't make money through those means. You can't make any good money. You are selling human organs. That's what you are doing. Body harvesting.
It's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable. How long would you keep doing that? And if you start a business, can you even do the business because you were not savvy in business?
Yes.
All the while you spend time knowing how to catch people to chop off their mammary glands. chop up, plug their eyes like a vulture that you are in those old Hollywood movies. And then after doing that, that's the only skill you've gotten. Now you want to do business. Your business will fall. And you begin to blame your spirituality. Oh, because he did not make money through prayer means his business could not stand. No, because you could not learn how to do business while you were young. So young men and women out there, it's time to learn how to do something. Look at us, we're doing broadcasting and other side hustles as well. Do something. Let go of that quick money. Because in the nearest future, some of us that were trekking and driving the cheapest cars will be driving better cars because we've taken our time and we've invested on our personalities. And you were investing on plucking people's mammary glands. So that's just what I have to say about that one.
Thank you very much. President Godswill Akpabio, after ordering her out of the Senate chamber. So Natasha is trending because of this video where the senator blasted Senate President Godswill Akpabio for disrespecting her. They had to off her mic. Moving on, the drama started when the Kogi senator was asked to switch seats so as to accommodate opposition lawmakers who recently transferred to the ruling party. Let's watch a video of the senator, Natasha, and then we're going to read tweets and I'll hear your opinions about it. Natasha is fighting for today. Fabio, shame on you. Someone also said, to properly understand the situation of things in Nigeria, you need to study animal science because truly it's a zoo. Another person also said, how can you have a thief as a Senate president and then expect a better Nigeria? Francis, you go first.
All right. I don't call the man a thief. It's only going to be a thief if the law has declared him a thief. No matter whatever accusations have been made, I don't think he's a criminal until the law court says so. But I don't think he's a hero either, with the way he has carried himself. This is not the first time. Now this is Akpabio Natasha Part 2. The Part 1 was sometime in July last year. I think June last year, when he told her about under the ground. Who knows? Even after he apologized, but they are natives in that place. They did not off the mic. The speaker stayed there very calm, and as that young speaker came around and was screaming and singing, making their chants, nobody stopped her. In fact, it became a global thing. When I look at men gathering that woman, they're even turning off her mic there. There are only 4 women in that house. 4. That means that women are not well represented in the house. Okay. That means that women are somehow victimized in the house. If they would all cluster around her, telling her to, stop.
So you're indirectly saying Senator Akpabio does not have regard for women in power.
He's Ned Nwoko to represent us as a senator in Delta North. Yeah. That's the same way people of Kogi voted for her. Yeah. And that's the same way people of Akwa Ibom voted. It's equal with the stress. It's just representing the whole country as a capital territory. So everybody has the same right. However, the Senate
does he have regard for his wife at home?
He should have regard for his wife at home.